Hello guys, welcome back to my channel again. So in this tutorial we are going to see uh, 5 most common Python error that you might be seeing while doing your programming in Python, and we'll also see how to debug them. Okay, so let's start. So the first error I have here is type error. Okay, so let's go to our program, okay, and we'll see how to debug this error. Okay, so here I have written a very simple program that it will basically ask you for your year of birth, and with the year of birth it will do a comparison. Okay, and if the condition satisfied, okay, it will print you an output. Okay, let's execute this statement. Let's give an input here. Okay, so now you can see it is throwing an error that the greater than symbol is not supported between the instance of string and integer. So by the statement, if you are able to understand and if you are able to resolve this error, that is well and good. If not, then simply copy paste this error statement and head over to your browser, okay, and simply do a Google search. So the first Stack Overflow link you might be seeing, just click onto that. So if I scroll down, see, so here what is happening here, it is initially giving an input. Okay, then if you see, it is suggesting to convert this input into an integer format, because the input actually takes your input in the form of string, and this integer command will convert the string into an integer. Okay, so let's see how to resolve this. We'll head over to our program and we'll do the conversion. Okay, so let's execute this. Now let's keep my here. So now you can see it is showing an output here. Okay, so it is basically taking our input, converting that into integer, and based on the integer it can do a comparison. Okay, previously it was doing comparison between string and the integer, which is obviously going to throw you an error. So coming to our next error statement and how to resolve it. So the next error is index error. Okay, so let's see how to resolve this. So here I have written a simple program that is basically from a random module. I'll be importing the randint method. What this method does is actually it gives you a random integer between a specific range. So here I have mentioned the range of 1 to 3. Okay, and below that I have created a list of tea, coffee and soft drink. Okay, and I stored it into this drinks variable, and after that I have just mentioned a variable, and in that variable I'll be storing the list. Okay, whatever the list we have here, it will basically pop up a single drink from here, and that will be storing into this serve variable, and I have print this command. Okay, let's execute this. Okay, that is good. Let's execute again. See, now it's giving me index error. Okay, and pop of index is out of range. Okay, let's do a Google search on this error and let's see what we are getting. So let's head over to the Stack Overflow. Okay, so I'll be getting some basic input from here, but not what I expected. Okay, so let's go back to our program again. Okay, so what we'll do here, okay, basically we are getting this number from this random integer method. Okay, let's see if we can manually pass any number here and see whether we are getting the output as we expected or not. Okay, so first I'll be passing 1 here. Okay, let's see what is the output. So you can see it is giving the output. Okay, that's good. Let's go to our next. Okay, that is fine. Let's go to the next. Okay, so we can obviously know now the index 3 is giving us the this error, index error, because if you know the list has index starting from 0. Okay, so the tea will be at index 0, coffee at index 1, and soft drink will be at index 2. So if you give this index, that is index 3, it will going to throw you error index out of range. Okay, so let's now modify this program. I'll be passing the any number here and I will be correcting this range. Okay, so that will be 0 to 2. Let's execute this again and again. So you can see now it is not going to give you any error. So the third program we have here is of error unbound local error. Okay, so let's see what is the program and what is this error and how to debug it. Okay, so here I have mentioned a variable with initial value of 0. Okay, and I have mentioned I have written a simple function here that will be doing an if else statement. If the condition satisfied, and then that is 10 less than 20, obviously it's going to satisfy, then our initial cost is going to be increased by 20. Okay, this initial cost. Let's execute this. I have called this function and I have printed this variable. Okay, let's execute. Okay, so we are getting the error here, unbound local error. The initial cost is referenced before the assignment. Okay, so the error you are getting here is, so here you are assigning this initial cost, okay, before it is being declared. Okay, so because this initial cost is in the local scope, that is it is local to this function main. Okay, so it is not able to access this global variable that we have defined outside of this main function. Okay, so to resolve this kind of error, what you need to do is just write the global keyword here and the variable name, that is initial cost. So with the global keyword, okay, even if you have mentioned the initial cost inside this main function that is local to this function, it can able to access the global variable. Okay, let's execute this once again and see we are able to print out this result from the initial cost variable. So coming to our next program, okay, we are not getting any kind of error, but I'll show you one of the most very handy tool you can find to debug any of your program. Okay, so let's see what is the program here. So basically I have declared a blank list here. Okay, and I have defined a function that will basically take a number, okay, as an input, and from the number, okay, like if I mention like 2 or 3, so it will go in that range. Okay, and whatever the odd number it can find, okay, it will basically going to multiply that odd number with 2. Okay, so it's basically changing the odd to even, and at the end what will happen, it will append that number, that even number, into our blank list that we have mentioned. Okay, and at the end I have, okay, printed the result. Let's see. So it's asking me for an integer or any number here, so I'll be passing, let's say, 5. Okay, so here you can see, you can able to see only the last number here. Okay, so how to debug it? Okay, let's head over to this cool website, that is pythontutor.com. So I'll be opening it. Okay, so this is actually a very user friendly, and it visually shows how your Python code executes. Okay, go to Python tutor. So I'll be copy pasting my program here. Okay, so let's see how our program executes. Visualize execution. Okay, so it started with this first blank list. Let's click on next. It comes to the definition of our function. Then it directly jumped into calling of our function. Then it came to this function. Let's see, it's asking for us in input. Okay, I'll give the same input as previous. Okay, and now it's going to the for loop. So if you see what's happening here, okay, it's going to the for loop, and when it is coming to this if else statement, after the if else statement, okay, it found out that it's not an even integer, so it basically going to multiply that with number 2. Then instead of appending this number list, that is which is blank, it is basically going back to our for loop. Okay, so this is the you can basically visually see how your program getting executed. So if you are using any kind of advanced code executor like PyCharm or Visual Studio, in that you can do this kind of operation. Okay, basically using the debugger, but I found this one is very useful. Okay, so with this you can able to find out that our program is going back and forth between this for loop and the number. It is not coming to this number list. Okay, so let's see how to resolve this error. So instead of coming out of the for loop, let's append this inside the for loop. Okay, let's execute this once again. I'll be giving the integer here. Now you can see when I just append, just move this inside the for loop, I'll be able to see the whole number of the whole number here, basically starting from the first number to our last number. Okay, so coming to our final program here. So I'll be showing you how to debug your code using the print statement. Okay, so I have just mentioned here as a variable. I have assigned this initial value here, another variable, same initial value. Okay, and here I'm asking the input, okay, to both these variables. Then I'm multiplying this. Basically it is a total wage calculator. Okay, let's execute this and let's see what is the problem here. Okay, so it is asking me the number of days worked in the year. Let's pass as 270. Okay, and daily working time, let's give 8. Okay, so our expectation is, okay, when you pass this 270 and 8, it should give you the result in the multiply of this 270 and 8. But instead, okay, it is giving you the result 0. So what is the issue here? Okay, let's do a print statement here. Let's print the number of days here, and same print statement we are going to do in the below here with the daily working hours. Okay, let's now execute this. So number of days 270. Okay, it's printing 270, daily 8. See, the problem is we are giving the daily working hours 8, but it is taking 0. As the reason is this double equal to, because the single equal to sign is for assignment purpose. Okay, so if you want to assign a particular value to a variable, that is for single equal to sign, and double equal to sign is for comparison purpose. Okay, so with the print statement, obviously we can now know where is our error. Okay, let's remove this double equal to sign and let's execute this again. 270, then 8. Okay, so now we are getting the correct output. I hope you guys like this particular video, and I hope this can be helpful in your day-to-day programming with Python. If you like this video, okay, give a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.